So this year, as a way to thank the 28 sponsors and event partners and over 30 people that have contributed and to present this year, which is a massive amount of contribution, we got together as a prep team and we thought, how can we say thank you to that? And our decision was to make a $2,500 donation to the Effective Leadership Academy. And we're going to play a little video here to give you a sense of what ELA is all about. Go for it, Mark.
Leadership Academy, also known as ELA, was founded in 2008 with the mission to help people develop their most valuable asset, themselves. ELA was built on the realization that young people must develop 21st century skills if they are to succeed in a globalized world as adults. Research from Harvard, the Carnegie Foundation, and Stanford concluded that 85% of job success comes from people skills. This means that regardless of the career path that youth take, skills such as leadership development, communication, networking, time management, and collaboration are more important now than ever before. These career readiness skill sets transcend industry lines and are essential for both work and life success. ELA prepares our future leaders for success by teaching them the competencies they need to be leaders in the way they think, collaborate, and relate to the world around them. We help students improve their self-confidence and self-regulation, giving them the drive and the discipline to reach their own personal goals. Through ELA's interactive sessions and guided discussions, students gain a strong understanding of how they can use the skills to make an impact in their daily lives and within society as our up-and-coming leaders. ELA has been recognized as a leader in social-emotional learning and soft skill training, both in Ohio by the Ohio Department of Education and nationally by Clemson University. We have deeply committed to ensuring that all students have access to the resources they need to become successful adults. We have seen students, even as young as in the 5th grade, grasp the leadership development and soft skill concepts we teach and immediately apply them to the real-world challenges they face. We have observed them working more collaboratively in their classrooms. We've watched them reach specific, measurable goals they've set for themselves. We have heard stories of how their hopes and self-confidence have increased because of the new skills they now have in their toolkit. We've looked directly into their bright eyes as they give us a firm handshake while they practice making good first impressions. They give us such hope for a bright future ahead. Our experience tells us the same thing that the research underpins. Students need specific skills to be prepared for the 21st century. Regardless of the career path, global landscape, or local environment where our young people find themselves, we know that ELA students will be better prepared for the challenges they will face as they become our leaders. Join us in our mission to impact our future leaders as they, with ELA's help, create a collaborative, harmonious, and successful working environment for all.
All right, so I'm gonna ask Flo Brett to come up here in a moment. Flo is the founder of the Effective Leadership Academy, which Flo's got degrees in nursing and leadership development, and she's built an impressive career focused on managing complex cultural change, mergers, acquisitions, and driving quality initiatives across large organizations. I share all this because I think if you see what's behind this incredible organization, I think it's helpful. Her leadership and development expertise span corporate, nonprofit, educational, and even prison environments. Through ELA, Flo has disrupted traditional leadership training, bringing development programs into 5th through 12th grade classrooms, impacting over 53,000 students, and collaborating with 240 schools and youth-serving organizations. Her dedication to motivating and influencing future leaders is truly inspiring. And I think you'll agree that the work she's doing will help make sure that we have lots of future ETA entrepreneurs to work with here. So I'd love to welcome up Flo to share a couple of comments.
Well, first of all, congratulations to all the students here. This is one of the reasons I do what I do every single day, so that a young person can stand up in a platform like this and feel confident. My name is Flo Brett, founder and executive director of a local educational nonprofit called the Effective Leadership Academy. Thank you to some very important people in this room. Scott, thank you for including us in this. To Joyce and Kevin, who continue not just to be my mentor, but also my friends. And also to my husband, who is a serial entrepreneur himself, but also, as you all know, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to have the right people in your pack to be able to make it a success. Now, as people who are educated, you understand the 4 Ps of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. Today, what I want to do in a very short 5-minute intro is talk to you about the 4 Ps of entrepreneurship from my perspective as an entrepreneur. I did not intend to start as an entrepreneur, and in fact, the one thing that I followed the whole time through my entrepreneurial journey is passion. And that's my first P. And we heard it today through some of the panelists talking about finding that passion. We want to make sure that whatever is in front of you really gets you to wake up in the morning. I had the great opportunity to blend my 2 passions. My very first career was a pediatric nurse specialist in charge of one of the largest intensive care units for sick children in England. I had the opportunity to stand in front of that department as their leader, but recognized that nobody gave me the leadership training to be the best leader I could be for them. So took myself back to school, did a 2nd degree in leadership and development, and really fell in love with the opportunity to empower other people to greatness. It was with that passion that I took both the understanding of brain plasticity in young people and the understanding of leadership and development and said, why are we waiting to get to the adulthood and teach these people to be leaders? Why can't we do it in the classroom? And that's where my passion brought me on an opportunity to be able to bring leadership development training from the corporate world into the classrooms for the last 16 years, having now impacted over 55,000 students over the last 16 years. We work and partner with about 240 youth-serving organizations here, mostly in Northeast Ohio, but we also have a strong presence, believe it or not, in Alabama, working with about 25 different public school districts, all through a virtual platform. The second P is persistence. We all know as entrepreneurs, waking up every morning, you have to wake up out of bed and be excited to do the job that you are going to do. So what we want to do is we want to think about how do we instill that persistence and grit and motivation in ourselves. Well, here's what I do. Every single morning when I wake up, my first step out of bed is always, thank you, Lord, for another day. My second step out of bed every day is thank you for my wonderful family and my friends. My third step out of bed every day is help me make a difference in the life of someone today. And with that passion, I then start my day and understand that I have the inbuilt persistence to do whatever it takes. And believe you me, like most entrepreneurs, when that COVID hit us, I'm involved in education, and guess what? Schools closed down. I was lucky enough that we had a rainy day fund to not allow any of our staff to feel threatened in their jobs and to ensure that everybody still felt safe in their jobs, but also within a 10-day span of school closures, recognized that we needed to pivot to a classroom virtually. And within 10 days, we were up and running in a virtual presence in all of our programs done virtually over a 2-year period. That was what led us to an Alabama expansion of now serving over 3,000 students every single year in Alabama, all through a virtual platform. As an entrepreneur, I have one wish, that this goal is world domination. And the reason for that is because I believe every young person needs these types of skills. Which takes me to my third P, which is people. And this is more to my young people in the room. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Allow the people who are the naysayers to move away. You need to create your community. And in that community, you need to have people around you who believe in you, who support you, who can mentor you, who can coach you, who can hold you responsible for your outcomes. So please remember, who are the people in your circle? I always say, who are your 5? Who are your top 5 people? And make sure they know they're your top 5 people. My last today, P, is purpose. Understand the purpose of what you are doing. And with that, I just want to share a very brief story about one of our students who entered our classroom in the inner city of Cleveland on crutches. And while he was on crutches, he was struggling. And I saw his struggle both through his body language, visually, and I also saw his struggle just in daily life. 3 weeks into an 8-week program, we started talking about what keeps you, what supports you. And one of the tools that we taught this young man was affirmations. How to write affirmations to yourself to remind you of the greatness within you. We gave them cards and we asked them to write them, and then we asked them to say themselves to each other at least 2 or 3 times a day. This young man had 5 cards and he asked for 5 more. And he kept writing, and I kept seeing the smile on his face. And I asked him, what's going on? And he shared that the reason he was struggling was because he was shot in the leg in a gang fight. Unfortunately, that same night, his twin brother died in his arms. He, Tyler, was the intended victim. I saw through the lens of him using these affirmation cards, him rebuilding himself. I lost contact with this young man, but I'm grateful to say that 15 months later, I saw him cross the stage of the Cleveland school graduation, and he received a scholarship to go to college. And I ran up to him afterwards and said, Tyler, I am so proud of you. And he said, Flo, I have to let you know, the reason I crossed that stage today, and out of his back pocket, he pulled his affirmation cards from 18 months previously. He said, these kept me off the street, they kept me out of prison, and more importantly, they kept me alive. My friends in the entrepreneurial world, you do great things, but ask yourself every day, is it living your purpose? Thank you so much, Scott, for giving me a few moments here today. Thank you for the support. Please check the Effective Leadership Academy out online. We are a growing educational nonprofit, and we need your help, and we're grateful for having the opportunity to be here today. So thank you.